We are live at
What's
an
up, man?
unusual hour.
Much
Um,
intrigue.
we are the guys in room 619. I'm Zach, and that's Dennis. We are two best friends for quite some time. You know, um, more years. Shit, man. I was gonna try and come up with someone. But that was gonna go to Tom Brady first, but he's been playing longer than we've been friends. Um,
Maybe
who's in
Matt
the league
Ryan.
now?
Maybe Matt Ryan.
You're right. He was 2008, I think.
Yeah,
2007.
somewhere in that range. 06, maybe.
All right, so two best friends, long time best
For
friends, longer
in
than Ryan.
Matt Ryan years. We've been Matt Ryan
Yeah.
years friends.
Anyways, if that wasn't an intro to accurately depict us as a friends, I don't know what else would.
Nah, I see where you're going. You can't beat
Anyways,
that.
we were talking fantasy and stuff, and today
We got a
we're
division
going to talk
breakdown.
about AFC North. But first, I need to tell my story about what happened last night.
Okay.
Full intention of doing this show last night. Oh, cheers. I'm off work early. I also opened a beverage. So my wife is out of town starting today for the weekend for a bachelorette party. And last night she had to go to Target to buy some stuff for the weekend or whatever. So I went to put my son to bed. And after bedtime, I was like, I'm going to come back down and we're going to do the show. And bam, everything's great. Well, I wake up in my son's bed, and it's like it's one of those ones where I wake up and I'm like, what universe am I in? You know what I mean?
Jumanji, what year is it?
Yeah, like what the fuck just happened? Where am I? And then I come to grips. Okay, I'm good. I leave. I look at my phone. I'm like, fuck. It's 9:45.
It's one of those times where you wake up, you're like, is it tomorrow? I don't
Right.
know. I have no idea where I am right now. No, I feel you there.
That was me. And so then I come out of his room and I'm just trying to get oriented, and you texted me like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to bed. This ain't happening. And right before I'm letting my dogs out, trying to get ready for bed, and my wife calls me. She's still not home from Target.
I was gonna ask, how did Courtney be like, Zach's been up there for an hour and a half? Is
right? No,
okay?
Still at Target. But anyway, she calls me, and I'm talking to her. The only reason I woke up is because she realized I hadn't messaged her in a long time, and she had asked something. And she gets on the camera in my son's room and realizes, oh, there's Zach dead ass asleep with Lincoln. So she gets on the microphone and yells, and it woke me up. Not Lincoln, because he sleeps through everything. He's 3, and she said she clearly watches me like
a zombie.
Yeah, like wake up and be like, whoa, oh my god, and then watch me clearly realize I'm in his room and I get up and leave. So the only reason I woke up is because of her. And she wasn't even home. I don't know. Crazy. That was just my story.
Could have gotten a long night's sleep on a little kid's bed. Would have been a blast.
on the top bunk.
That's how you do it, old school styles. Do you like guacamole?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I remember.
It's a terrible idea.
Let's go. AFC North. Ready to break it down. So I do the superlatives, and Zach does the storylines. And the first superlative is the highest finisher at their position who would surprise you. So someone who's not going top 12 that I think could, or someone that's going the 40s that could maybe be in the 20s at their position, just someone being underdrafted. And I went with Deontay Johnson. So kind of an elite tier wide receiver. I mean, he was a wide receiver 1 last year. He was wide receiver 8. And then in points per game, he was 9. So he was legitimately wide receiver 1. But he's going 407 and underdog best ball drafts, which is wide receiver 20. And I just think that's far too low. I think he's I mean, like I said last year, he was a legitimate wide receiver one, and then he got 169 targets, and now he's getting a better QB situation. Maybe those targets aren't there, but he could drop off 20 and still be in the top 12. If that ADOT goes up and he starts getting some bigger chunk plays and maybe some more touchdowns, like I just don't see how he's not a wide receiver one for sure.
I mean, I agree with you, and I just think it's really funny that we're talking about a quarterback competition between Mitch Trubisky and a rookie. Not even like a, like a stud rookie, just like a guy that, they're kind of rolling the dice on. Like, it's that guy and Mitch Trubisky training camp battle, and we're looking at it as an upgrade no matter what.
Well, you know me pretty well. Am I a big fan of Trubisky's work as a quarterback? Not particularly.
No.
Like it. So to me, like that just shows how bad it was last year. And I'm the same page as Kenny Pickett. Like there's a reason that like in the mid-20s or wherever he went on the draft in a down QB year. He's a risky guy. So I just don't think that wide. I think he was 20 way too low. But people were listening because last week Gabe Davis's ADP was above Deontay, and now they switched this week. So people are listening. That's our influence right there.
It's got to be. Like we have so much damn clout in the fantasy world.
Exactly. We're kingmakers. Next one. It's kind of the opposite. Lowest finisher at their position that might surprise you. So someone that is being drafted higher than they need to be drafted. Probably I'm going to get some people not agreeing with me here, but it's Mark Andrews. He's going as tight end 2, which is pick 208. And I just think that's way too high for him. Some guys going behind him. Tyreek, Javonte, T. Higgins, Lenny, Chubb, AJB, which, by the way, did you see Chubb squatting 605 pounds?
Yeah.
The bar was like about to snap. Anyway, dude.
That's 3 humans.
Like, that's like 4 Adams, our friends in LG. But anyway, he like all those players I'd rather have over or at least as much as Mark Andrews, and he's going over all of them. He was, like I said, tight end 2. So last year in the 12 games with Lamar, he had 16 points per game, which is very good. And then without Lamar, it was 23 points per game in those last 4 games. Like, he is no doubt he's a very good player. If Lamar is going to play the whole year, he's probably going to be much closer to like tight end 5 than tight end 2. And to pass up on legitimately wide receiver 1s and or low end RB1s, I think is foolish.
I'm in the middle here. I'm like somewhere in between where I agree with the draft position, but I also agree with you. I really like Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Like I loved playing him in DFS last year, and I had him in one of my one auction league I do, and yeah, man, like after losing Hollywood, I think that he's going to be the clear cut passing option.
Mm-hmm.
I know they have Bateman, but like he hasn't proved anything yet. I think that Mark Andrews is, like I said, is going to be the number 1 option in the passing game, and he's proven he can handle it. So I think like tight end like 5 is his floor though. So like,
yeah, that's probably fair. I mean, he's definitely going to be an elite tier guy, and I get the idea of how many of them are there. Like there's like 3 that are going. It's him, Pitts, and Kelsey. They're going top ends of drafts, and I get people have the questions about Pitts. We don't. But like at the end of the day, there's 3 of them. It's not like it's running back where there's 8 legit RB1.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I get your sense there.
And like you said, with his numbers without Lamar, I mean, if Lamar goes down again, he's also shown that he's the dude that a backup is really comfortable going to. So, I mean, we live in a world where it's completely reasonable Lamar misses 12 games.
Yeah, but he's Gumby, man. I don't know how he doesn't get blown up.
I don't know.
He just like squiggles around and doesn't get lit up. Because he doesn't slide. He goes right into it. He's just slithery. But yeah, that's a fair point. There's just so many guys after him that I would much prefer, just because end of the day, if I don't have an elite tight end, I don't think that that's a huge plus, and that's like especially in dynasty, it's something I chase. But in like a redraft setting, like you can survive punting at tight end and playing the matchups and hoping
Right.
picking three guys like Irv Smith, Komet, and Gerald Everett, and hoping one of them hits once in a while. But I get it. All right, next one, backup running back in this division that you want. This is a hard one. I went with Gus Edwards. He's
I think
going.
that's the easy choice, to be honest.
He's going 12-10, so very late. RB 49. Dobbins, there's rumors that he messed up multiple ligaments in his knee and could be starting out the year in the pup, which I didn't know it had been switched down to 4 games. It's only 4 games now they have to miss if they start on the PUP list. So that's
Oh, really? I
down
didn't know
from
that.
6. No, I missed that one too. So he could start there and lead to some early work for Gus early on. He's gotten 700 yards his first 3 years that he played. Last year he missed every game. He's just a consistently like a good dude whenever he gets action, and he seems to always get that action.
Yeah, for me, it comes down to 2 things. He's proven it, like you just said. Like when he's gotten his chance, he's always been solid. And 2, the offense he's in is the one offense. I guess not. Maybe Cleveland, but if you're gonna load up on, the taking shots at guys down there, I think getting someone who's in the offense where they're just gonna run a shitload is a smart choice.
Right. And 100%. And it's funny that you bring up Cleveland because that's why I was conflicted was Hunt. He's going 7-10.
I don't even consider that as like taking a backup.
No, he's a legit like running back that you can play in the flex every week.
And I'll say he's a legit part of that offense. He's not, this guy gets 4 carries a game.
Right.
No, I don't consider him a backup.
No, and he's going, but he's 7-10, so still pretty late. RB 31, so he's not going too expensive. So I like his cost a lot too. That's definitely been a shift for me in this year's best ball, as I've gone towards trying to just load up on as many running backs that if something rolls right, they could be in a very favorable spot. So I'm trying to nail all the backups I can in like these best ball formats where you can't add, drop, or trade or anything.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, definitely not original thought. That's advice that I've read that I'm like, yep, that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna start doing that.
Well, it's because think of it this way: if you employed the same strategy at wide receiver, your success is going to be way diminished because someone's stepping into Devontae Adams' role if he sprains an ankle isn't automatically guaranteed the same work. You know what I mean? Like, you may now if you're a backup running back, you may not get the same amount of carries. You may get 18 carries instead of 25 because you aren't, that dude or whatever. But
you're still going to be the snap leader,
right?
No, I'm with you there, 100%.
There's and less variance.
Late guys, like if they're the wide receiver 5 and someone gets hurt, it's going to be the wide receiver 4. If they're the running back 2 and somebody gets hurt, then they bump up. Or if they're if the running back 2 is more like a pass catcher guy and then they're RB3 and like they're the ones that's more built for like a early down role, like they're going to jump into a larger work share than like the wide receiver 5 is.
Yeah, or stealing touchdowns and stuff.
Exactly. Last one, second to last one is any late guy that I like in best balls drafts. I've taken him a lot. Took him in the Scott Fishbowl League. David Bell. I know he just had some bad news come out that he's currently on the PUP list. I saw someone, I forget her name, but she was covering the Browns. She said that it's not considered serious and he'll be back at practice soon.
Oh, that's good.
So that's good. But anyway, so David Bell is a rookie out of Purdue. He's going round 1606, so wide receiver 85. So it's literally, dartboard. Literally like one of the last 2 or 3 picks you'll be making would be this guy. But if you look at their depth chart, like he should play outside immediately. Him and Cooper should be the immediately outside starters. And so I think he's going to get a lot of snaps and have a lot of opportunity. That's pretty much what Mooney had his first year. Like he wasn't the guy, but he was out there enough that eventually you get some targets and such.
Right.
And then he had elite production in college. Like there were games he took over. Like last year against Iowa, like he just ran them. Like if they were like a top 10 team, he beat them like basically single handedly. Like he has a lot of ability. I know he didn't test well athletically.
I mean, I think regardless of what you think of him as a prospect, like the opportunity is there more than the other guys that are around him,
Yeah,
and the potential opportunity.
exactly. And yeah, you're just throwing stuff at the board and hoping it sticks. Last one is my favorite player in Dynasty from this division. This was a tough one. I really like Lamar. I think he gets hated on a lot for no reason. Um, Cincinnati's got some
Because he
cool
poops his
dudes.
pants.
Yeah, like the principal.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Rashad Bateman, Shoddy B.
He
I
also
was
likes
just
to skateboard.
yeah, I was disappointed I had to trade him in a league, but it got me back at first and Connor, and so I had to make the move. But he should get targets. I think he's going to have a better year this year. He had 5.5 targets per game last year, and now Hollywood's gone, like you've mentioned. I think there's a perfectly big role, a huge chunk of that offense that is available for him. Shall he take it? And he was my wide receiver 2 going pre-draft last year, so I obviously believe in the talent, and I just think, he's someone that I think I really like because he taught me a lesson. Because initially I didn't like him. I watched a couple games from his last year, the COVID year, and I was like, this guy isn't really blowing me away. And then I was like, I kept seeing more and more and more about him, and I was like, let me watch some more games. And I watched some more from 2019, and it was like way better. I was like, okay. I was like, this is the guy. He can do stuff. I like him now. And so it just reminded me, like, don't be set in stone on players. And I think that's part of the reason why I really like him, because he always reminds me of that lesson, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You got a favorite
I
guy
I'm
in this
just tossed
division?
up on him. I like his talent a lot. I liked him a lot coming out, but at this point, part of me is like, last year, I feel like we should have seen more. Is it a coaching decision thing? Is it they're like, well, this guy actually isn't all that great yet? Is it I don't know, but this year he's gonna have the opportunity, so I'm excited to see what he's got.
Yeah, it sucks he got hurt and had to miss the first chunk of the season and a lot of the training
Right?
camp. I imagine that's got to
Yeah, and
be really hard as
that's
a rook.
brutal.
Right. But yeah, he only had like 3 games where he was over like 80 yards. So, he played in 12. So, but yeah, so that's what I got. You got any storylines?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna start the Bengals.
Bengals, the only team I didn't talk about. Perfect.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Synergy, baby.
And I'm gonna go for this new offensive line they got going on. They've made some massive upgrades, and people are saying it could be the best line in the league.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how Mixon fares with that, because last year he finally showed what we all thought was coming. And if you're going to upgrade that line and have these big threats at receiver, that's going to, I don't know, I think Mixon's going to eat. And then I'm also excited to see how the depth chart behind him plays out, because I love Chris Evans. And I think this is the time we finally see P. Ryan get passed up.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I think the Bengals running game, everyone talks about the receivers, and that's fair. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, completely warranted, but I'm
No,
excited to see how the run game looks with the new offensive line.
No, I think that's a really cool storyline, and definitely wasn't one I was thinking about. Because I have seen like people that I respect that taco line say like that's the most improved line easily, and that was like their biggest weakness on offense was that the O line was crap. I mean that's why the Rams beat them. And then I think you're totally right about mixing, because like in a lot of these like really really great like passing offenses, it's on so like the running game that kind of helps keep the engine going.
Right.
But a lot of times that running back isn't the caliber of Mixon. Like Mixon's a legit like top 10 back in the league. Like he's a very, very like standalone. You could go put him on like switch him and Chubb and you would see the same kind of production. You know what I mean?
How often did the Bengals would come on red zone last season, and you'd watch a touchdown drive and it would be 3 big chunk plays from Mixon. You know, like
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
yeah, it's crazy. He's got it.
they put him in the defense really tough spot because you put Chase, Higgins, legit 9 go route guys are you better be careful with them or they're gonna burn you. You got Boyd coming. He's a very good slot receiver. And then if you have like an offensive line that could actually block against, probably 6 guys in the box because of the weapons around, like that's a really tough spot to be in. You know
Right,
what I
and they
mean?
do a very good job of capitalizing in those
Yeah.
situations and
They
not being afraid
almost
of
run it
not
too much.
forcing it anywhere. Right, yeah. So I think
I know I
that
saw a lot of
I'm
people complain
excited to
about
see
that.
that.
No, I think that's a good point. He is someone. Mixon is probably someone that should be getting more love as like hey, like if you guys love these guys so much, like what's that going to open up the opportunity for him?
Right.
All right, that's a good one. All right,
Mixon and redraft is a smash this year, I think.
No, it's a good call. I wish we should have this show earlier.
We're going back to the Ravens and Bateman, but I'm just thinking who steps up at receiver because right now it's just a bunch of dudes.
So I liked Duvernay out of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he could really play, but like, where has he been?
Right.
So I wouldn't count on him.
Right, and then James Prochet or whatever.
Yeah, Prochet. Yeah, I liked him too.
I don't know. It's just like, and then like I was just saying about Bateman, it's still a question mark. So that whole position room is what the hell's going on here? So that's where I'm going to be watching mainly this year.
You think they're a candidate for like Will Fuller?
That's a good question. I mean, the fit's there.
Take the Hollywood role,
right? Yeah, I'd say the fit is totally there. I don't know.
Yeah, I just had the thought of like I saw someone saying like Will Fuller to the Packers, make it happen. I'm like, why hasn't Will Fuller signed? Like, what's going on? I don't get it. What's going on?
There's got to be something else. What is going on with Will Fuller?
People are asking. I just want to ask the question. What? But that's a good one. No, Fuller's probably a lot. What's
happen. Next one is the Browns, and I went off the cuff again here, but David Njoku.
I'm glad it wasn't Watson. I think that's
I'm not talking about. We're not talking about him on this pod.
No, let's just move on until we figure out something. All right, keep going.
Njoku. Once again, this is a guy I liked out of college a lot, and he's had a few flashes here and there. They've always kind of had a buried tight end room, and the earlier parts of his career they just sucked. So like whatever. But now he looks like he's going to be the dude at tight end, and he got the contract, and so I'm curious to see if this guy's for real or not.
Yeah, so I got him in a throw-in a trade a while ago, and then I just kind of liked what I saw now that I had him on my team, and then I drafted him in another league. So I got him. I'm pretty committed to Njoku. I think I wanted him to leave, to be honest. I wanted him in LA with Justin Herbert. I thought that would have been sick.
Oh, that would have been great, yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is the first time I think where he's going to be the front runner. Harrison Bryant's good, but I don't feel like he's going to take over Njoku.
No.
Why would you pay him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I think I'm hopeful. I think that'll be a very cool storyline to follow and see if can he be like a top 15 guy. Especially like tight end premium or tight end 2 leagues.
Yeah.
Like he'd probably be a really clutch guy. I would be interested in that. I love the tight end position.
At the same time, could also not be shocked if he just sucks ass.
And it's like 300 yards and like 6 touchdowns.
Right.
So I'll have like 3 boom games and the rest will suck.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty much what he's been. So why would he change now? Because he's like 25.
That's what I'm saying. Is the opportunity, and then the fact that he's getting paid to be that, is that gonna be the difference? Who knows?
Yeah, I think he is. I think this is his 5th year. So,
Steelers. I just wrote down quarterback and how each whoever wins is going to impact the squad. fantasy wise, honestly, I think for the team, fantasy wise, they'd be better off with Trubisky.
Okay.
Real football, they should play Pickett.
Okay.
I think that Trubisky, through his time in Chicago, showed that he's willing to just feed his main guy. He may not be good at it, but
he doesn't read a defense. So if you call the play for it, it's going there.
And then
or
beyond that, you get him a little mixed up, and he's running, or he's going to dump to his safety valves, tight end and running backs. So I think for fantasy purposes, I would be more excited with him because there's just a little more predictability there. I think
that's fair. And I get like NFL, you're probably saying because like we know what Trubisky is, why not develop the young guy and see if you have something.
And that makes sense
for the real NFL.
Like if you draft a guy and you just play him right away, unless you have a legit reason to bench him, to hold him, out like you have someone really good playing still. That's about it. But if you draft a guy who you think is going to be your franchise guy and you play him in a shitty situation or, a bad O-line or something, a lot of wide receiver drops and you think that's going to break the guy, well, you don't have the mental aptitude to be the franchise guy to start with anyways. Like,
yeah, the shit's if you're always going to hit the fan.
Right. If you're going to be the franchise dude in the NFL, like you have to be like unflappable and have like, you have to have the mental, like there's like a certain mental makeup that it requires. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think, and especially for a guy, he's like a 5th-year senior. Like he's like 24 years old. So like he should have already gone through this and he should be at 100% maturity ready to go. The best thing that he needs to do is see live bullets.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they're trying to make the playoffs, I get if they want, Trubisky. I do think Kenny Pickett could be better for fantasy guys because I think he would throw it deeper better than Trubisky. Trubisky is awful at the deep ball. So like Claypool, I think Claypool would improve if Pickett's in there. And I wonder if Najee would because Trubisky doesn't check down. He doesn't. He runs or he goes where his read was supposed to go. So I think Najee, like if Trubisky's out there the whole year, Najee's going to fall down a lot because he caught like a billion passes dumped down from not.
That's true. And you know what? Pickett probably would hit him more than Biscuit would. I mean, you know better than I would about his play.
I just know he's one of the lowest like check down rate quarterbacks over the last, odd number of years. Yeah, because it was someone saying I slurp up everything that's anti-Najee. You know this.
Let's that was it for me. Let's get into some blitzball.
Yeah, a little off the wall topic here. If you've never seen blitzball, Google it. They're awesome. The pitches move like a whirly dirly bird.
Oh, yeah, the whirly dervish.
So what's our topic? It was you this time.
Best throwback jerseys.
Embrace debate.
Yeah,
we're big uni guys. Any topic about unis that gets me invited.
Yeah, so since I get to go first, I gotta steal the Bucks creamsicles.
That was number one. Yeah,
it's the only jersey in sports that looks good when you're playing like shit.
Yeah, that's impressive. They're orange already, a huge plus. You got the pirate logo part. It's dope.
Yeah,
it's incredible. A great nickname too, creamsicles.
Yeah, there's just nothing needs said.
So there goes 101. So I'm gonna pivot to my number 2 and take them at 102. It's the seafoam green Vancouver Grizzly uniforms.
Hell yeah!
I fucking love those uniforms.
It's so good.
I've been a big fan of John Morant since time at Murray State when he exploded on the scene in NCAA. I just thought he had a really cool personality, and so when he got drafted to Grizzlies, that was my first thought. I'm like, I need to buy the seafoam green John Morant jersey. I never did get around to it, but I want to.
So do it right now after this
Yeah,
is
I
done.
should. All right, 201. I'm gonna go the Rams yellow and blue.
Ooh, that's good.
The throwbacks from those, yeah, not the gold, not the Marshall Falk, but like the ones older than that.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
Like
no,
the
I knew
true yellow,
exactly what
true
you were
blue.
talking about.
I love those jerseys. We used to do Connected Native franchise, and I picked the Rams one of the first couple years we did it just so I could rock those jerseys every single time. They're
Yeah, those are
crazy
good
that they
ones.
don't, especially when they were wearing like those bone uniforms, like the off-white ones. When they have these glorious jerseys just hanging in the back room, crazy town.
Hey, so
All right,
you know, I don't make the decisions.
well, you should.
I don't make nearly enough money.
Also true.
Yeah.
Sucks for both of us.
Right.
All right.
I'm gonna go for the sometime in the '90s Mighty Ducks.
Oh,
Everybody loves a good hockey sweater. First of all,
the purple.
Yeah,
And they had the duck like goalie mask.
Yep,
yeah,
you knew. So first of all, hockey sweater is great. Second of all, just fucking fantastic. That's it. 2 or 3 great movies that also happen to help.
Hans approves of this pick.
I thank you. And then for making the turn, I gotta go for the OD Jags teal home jerseys.
Oh, Homer!
Because it's the prettiest jersey ever, and if they made a throwback of it and wore it one time, I would probably jizz in my pants.
Just die right there.
Yeah.
So that's good. You did it with Rock Band last week too. I wanted to differentiate and try and get different sports. So I already have basketball, I already have football. So to wrap up 302, I'm going with the Houston Astro rainbow jerseys.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those are dope. So
those
I wanted
are sweet.
I like them a lot, even though I hate the Astros.
Right.
And I hated them before it was cool to hate them because it used to be in the NL Central for you kids no kids watch
for you kids.
No kids watch baseball, so it doesn't matter. But we used to hate them
all the time. Yeah.
All right, the Killer Bees, they're the worst. They would just drill our heads in, them and the Cardinals. But yeah, the jerseys were dope. I got to give it to them. They were sick. And so that's going to be my 302. You got any honorable mentions? Because I got a couple.
Yes. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Oh, the one that's like a gradient?
And it actually says Devil Rays and has a stingray. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Like,
those are pretty cool.
I kind of wanted to go to powder blue Chargers, but they brought it back, so it, like,
Houston Oilers.
Really count. Hey, there you go.
With the oil on the helmet is dope. The powder blue and the red that
the only other one I would have brought in to the party would have been the Red Patriots.
I almost did that too.
I love those.
Another one where the logo on the helmet makes the costume or the uni fit. The Suns, the Charles Barkley, the black with the sun shooting across.
Yep,
love
that's
that
a good
jersey.
one.
That one's good.
90s NBA jerseys were pretty damn good.
Well, do you guess where I'm going to go next? I can't believe neither one of us. Yeah, I was going to say, that's the one that people were, if everyone was going to blame us or come after us, that's it. That would have been 302, but I wanted different sports. Yeah, the purple
Once
Raptors.
Again, we have so much internet clout, so we're probably going to be flooded with people.
All of our menchies. All of our menchies. Yeah, that's what I got. Those are my honorable mentions.
I like it. All these NFL teams are announcing their cool alternates and throwbacks, so we figured let's get in on some fun.
Yeah. Part of my take was going through each jersey and saying how it was going to affect their performance based on the jersey. It was good insight.
That is good content right there.
Giants are going to be better at defense now in those jerseys. Facts.
They should be. It adds up.
I'm telling you. All right. So speaking of cooking, it's my boy Kyler. You just robbed me on the yards per best ball league of Kyler, but he just got paid.
So many monies.
230 million, 160 guaranteed, 5-year extension. Couldn't be happier for him. Totally deserves it. Totally hated. Short king. Did you see Kyler. That? Did you see that his contract was 0.5 million more total than Watson's? So he gets 0.1 more per year on average.
To make him the highest paid?
The second highest, but yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, it's just the nature of the beast now.
Right. I just love that. That was just petty. Yeah. The agent said he had to be second highest paid. They're like, fine, I guess.
I guess. Here it is.
But it's much less guaranteed, obviously, because Watson's is fully. But yeah, he's gotten better every year, and hopefully this is the year that they put it all together, because I do have a parlay with like 6 teams that have to win 10 games, and Cardinals are one of them.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
Yeah, but it's like Bucks and Bills. Like, it's all like really good teams, and if all 6 of them win 10 games, I'm good.
There you go.
All right. Speaking of stories like that, July stories are cooking. They're doing their best to keep these daily entertainment sites going. We got weight updates, which are fire. You know, players they gained 4 or 5 pounds from the previous year. Woo! or they're Lenny and they gained a lot, which is probably what happens every year because he's like in year like 6 or 7, and he's probably like, yeah, I'll be fine.
He fully understands that. He comes back in, cuts easy weight in like a week or 2, and then rolls into training camp, adjusts. He's fine.
Plus, he's just gonna go TB12 method, you know.
Right.
I'm gonna fat shame him and kiss him on the lips until he loses weight. So he's gonna treat him like one of his kids. Nothing else to it. Also, Madden rankings. People are big mad. Definitely very important that those are coming out.
It makes me laugh that people still like care.
That game it's a travesty that we don't have an NFL or college football game that's any fucking good.
It is
not
it's
okay.
Horrible.
It's not okay. People would pay so much money if it was just good. But
I've just gotten to the point.
Microtransactions.
I've just gotten to the point in life where like I've just accepted it.
Madden
sucks.
I know. We need like someone like come in and like just like smack, like roll up some newspaper and just smack you on the nose and be like, now this person's in charge.
Stop it.
And change the whole game. But yeah, so July stories, they're cooking. The last one is AJ Dillon destroying a mascot, just clearly living out a life dream. Because otherwise,
that'd be way fun.
He killed this person. AJ Dillon's he's quadzilla. He's a big fella.
I like half speed.
I think he's listed like 250.
Yeah, he's a big man.
This mascot looked like a high schooler. He got decapitated in the Oklahoma drill. And just went like it was like the video of the Joker of being like thrown down the alleyway. That's what this mascot looked like. This poor person just popped up, does a little shuffle from the Oklahoma drill, and AJ Dillon just kills him.
Do you think that guy knew what was in store when he put that suit on for the day?
I don't think he was familiar with what the Oklahoma drill, or just how like massive of like I struggle to call him human. Because like that's a different species than me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's just an athlete of a different quality that I can't even like. We're talking echelons, 99.9 percentile. You know what I'm talking? Like it's just but you're not ready for that unless you're a nerd. And then if you know that, you don't want it. Anyway,
you don't want it exactly.
I wouldn't want that smoke.
Nobody does.
Not even a little bit. Yeah,
R.I.P. that guy.
Also, AJ Dillon, backup running backs you might want to have. Spoiler alert.
There you go.
Anywho, booking. National League, our league. It sucks in the All-Star game. Every year, I feel like, like we were like 8.
I bet on the AL to win.
You have to. It's the easiest bet in sports.
Right.
The NL will
every year. Every year.
So the last time they won was 9 years ago. Oh no, they've lost 9 straight times. Last time they lost. The last time the National League won was in 2012 because there wasn't the All-Star game that one year. Even crazier than that, the last time the NL won Houston was in the NL.
Jesus.
Like, we're talking like different eras of baseball.
Yeah, you are not wrong about that. Holy crap.
Saw this ESPN stats and info. National League recorded hits in 4 of its first 5 at bats, followed it up with an 0 for 20 stretch that lasted all the way into the 8th inning. These are all-star, like the best of the best.
Right.
20 straight hitless at bats is tied for the second longest streak by a team in the All-Star game history.
That's
the only time it was longer was also the National League. Just saying.
Of course, why not? Jesus Christ.
I mean, just embarrassing. A lot of the years, this year was at least close. A lot of the years it's like a blowout.
Usually, yeah, you're right.
I feel like every podcast is saying like, oh, it used to mean something. But like, I think like there was just less options, especially like when you're a kid over the summer. Like,
right.
I used to always watch the All-Star game and just be so sad. National League just getting wasted every year. All right, next one. This one also makes me sad. Michael Givens. So he's a Cubs reliever. He took both the losses. It was impressive. He took both the losses in the Cubs-Mets doubleheader. The weird thing is he didn't give up a run in the whole either game. He's the first to lose 2 games on the same day without giving up an earned run since 1913, when they started keeping track of earned runs. So it might have even been longer than that.
The one thing I do love about baseball is that it's 2022 and the game has been played for fucking ever, and something happens like multiple times a year that's never been done.
It's the craziest shit you've ever heard, right? I mean, think about like 1913 was like cars were being invented. Like, I don't think we had refrigerators yet. Like,
probably not.
It's just like crazy. Yeah. But only the Cubs can be that inept. That's what they do best. The last one, ending on a positive booking note, it's Argentina's Leandro Fernandez. Our boy was hit by a fish.
I think this deserves to be Argentinian security guards for allowing a fish to make it in the stadium.
How does a fish make it in? It was a big fish. How does that make it in the stadium?
Oh, it was fake?
I don't know. I don't think it was fake. I was saying it was a big fish.
Oh, I thought you said it was a fake fish.
No, it's a big fish.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Great arm, by the way. Smacked him right in the face.
Right. I'll say two things here. One, I'm just amazed at getting a fish into a sporting event of that size. And 2, being able to accurately hurl a fish.
Incredible.
Amazing.
It's like the Seattle fish market guy.
Right.
I mean, that dude's like he's the Peyton Manning of chucking fish. He has to be.
Of chucking right fish. In the face. He's probably famous in Argentina for it. Shit.
Reason why I think Leonardo needs it Leandro, sorry. Apologies. He already got hit by a fish. I can at least say his name right. The man went down when he got shot, which I know soccer player, but they took him out on the stretcher.
Okay. But imagine you're just teaching children, just doing your job, and then you just get whacked in the face by a fish. Are you gonna be okay?
No, I'm gonna go down. I am. I'm gonna milk everything I got.
This is what I'm saying. This is not normal circumstance here. The guy's just trying to do his job.
He is. Poor man. Well, yeah. I mean, going back to the guy who threw the fish. So he snuck in a fish. What else did he sneak in? Or what else is he capable of sneaking in?
Right.
Because if he could sneak in a fish, what couldn't he? Like a bigger fish, maybe?
This guy needs to be put on a customs watch list.
Like a street magic, like sleight of hand guy.
Cheez-Its!
I swear to God, there's an ace of spades in my asshole. Yeah, I gotta give Leandro some credit there. He got hit by a fish, and the thrower, he deserves props too. You're right. Don't throw stuff at athletes, but
yeah, don't condone that at all. But we are just amazed at the fish throwing capabilities here.
Right, athletes are people too. Don't throw shit at them. Not cool. like Zach said, what if it happened at your place of work?
Yeah.
All right. Next one, go on to the week. It's got to be Mullet Man, Can Smith himself.
Beautiful.
Mustachioed. He was insane.
He was so good.
He was a Terminator.
Like, I really love Cam Smith. He's always been one of my favorite golfers because, when he came into my first exposure to him within the last 2 years, I was like, oh, here's this dude with a mullet. I'm in. What else do you need? Like,
yeah, you told me back before the match was started, like, hey, this is your boy. You're going to like him.
Yeah. I was like, dude rocks a stash and a mullet. That's all you need.
He looks like he lives out of a trailer park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. I really hope. I hope the live rumors are false.
I mean, I doubt it.
I know. I mean, they're probably not, but whatever. But yeah, at least 40.
At least 40 beers.
Because what do you say? I could probably fit
two.
So you said I'll probably drink about 20 jugs.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I gotta give him credit on that one.
Same. That's a lot of beer.
The Aussie can put it down. But yeah, he was 5 straight birdies to start the back 9. I saw his yardage on hole 17 or 18. The graphic popped up and it was distance of completed putts, and it was for Cam it was 87 feet or something like that, and then for Rory it was 24.
Oof, because Rory couldn't sink a putt,
but he could get 2 inches away from it.
Right.
It was crazy.
Well, Cam is a masterful putter to start with.
Yeah,
but damn,
he was feeling it. It was like a Klay Thompson game, where the game where he scored 40 whatever points with 11 dribbles.
2 dribbles.
Oh, really?
I think it was 2. Yeah.
And he's just, when they're hot like that and those special kind of athletes. Yeah, he's a winner with life with that look, and now he won the British Open or just the Open. Sorry, I mean to defend my Irish brethren.
Right. Yeah. Well, you got anything else?
I'm good.
That's it for me, man.
Enjoy your weekend.
Until next time. Don't forget to buy Fleam Bops.